Hello, fellow human. Welcome back to another Dank Doggo r/malicious compliance. So our story for today is from u/Snow Miser with the title of Coworker and I maliciously comply with the owner's demands. Owner loses thousands of dollars. None of the names used are real. A little over a year ago, I started my first job at a local restaurant. I was 16, making me, at the time, the youngest employee there. Nevertheless, I was determined to show that I was just as good as older servers and the bussers. Things started out great. I was learning a lot and quickly becoming a solid busser. To me, the job was perfect, as I felt I was good at it and working nights fits in my schedule perfectly. Then about a weekend, I walked in to see, but mostly hear Jackie, the owner of the restaurant, screaming into her phone. I gather that she's on the phone with the internet provider and trying to get the internet back up before people sit for dinner. Dissatisfied with the customer service, hint foreshadowing hint, she hangs up and asks me to take a look since she knows I like computers. I head around the bar to the router and modem and see neither has any lights on. Both appears to be completely off. A proverbial gong goes into my hand and decide to check out the outlet. Turns out the outlet had a built-in surge protector that tripped. I pressed in the reset button and the internet was up within 5 to 10 minutes. Little did I know, by pressing that button, I had just sold my soul as IT support to this rinky-dink restaurant. In fairness, it wasn't that bad most of the time. For about 5 months, it was just typically, have you tried turning it on or off? And the occasional part replacement. All of the IT stuff I did was going unpaid, which I didn't really care about. I knew how to do it, Jackie knew that I could do it, so why wouldn't I do it? What I did care, however, was how Jackie treated me when I tried to help her. Sometimes she would get oddly defensive and insist she knew how to do a thing when 5 minutes before she had asked me how to do the thing. I also noticed that on weeks where she decided to have an argument, my scheduled hours for the following week went down. She would also withhold the pay. I can't definitively say that there is a relation, but it happened multiple times with the exact same excuses. Also during this time, my buddy Brett was hired. Brett is at my age, a grade ahead though. We like similar stuff, and we knew each other from our school robotic teams. Around mid-August at the same time, about 5 to 6 months in, Jackie has a brilliant plan to buy a brand new camera security system for the restaurant and get your Trulies to install it all. When she told me, I was completely shocked. I mean, yeah, I had soldered and wired stuff before, but she is trusting a very expensive system to a kid with no real experience. When I brought up my concern, Jackie just brushed off them aside with, "Just document everything you do. You can trace back any mistakes." Not fully convinced, but also not wanting to upset my boss, I naively accepted to install the system. I spent the next few days going over wiring schematics and drawing up a master that the whole system would be directly traced by. I may have been stupid enough to accept the job, but I was smart enough to do it right. I got Brett to help me with the wiring and installation, and thanks to him, we were able to get the system completely running within a few hours between the lunch and dinner rush. The place isn't that big, but there are 4 camera zones, some with multiple cameras to limit blind spots. Here's where the real trouble starts. When we finish to install and triple check all cams, I tell Jackie that we're done. I then start going through with Jackie to show her how everything works. She started having trouble with the playing back cam since the system she bought was a relatively cheap one and had a poor interface. She started getting very annoyed, and here's the conversation that followed. Paraphrasing a lot. Jackie, "You definitely did something wrong. I can't work this thing." Me, "There's nothing wrong, look." I go through again how to play back video. Jackie, "Exactly. You made it so I can't control it." Me, "I didn't make the interface that came up with the system." Jackie, "Just fix it. How hard can it be?" After this continued for a bit, with both of us getting madder and madder, I realized that she thought the way I wired the system affected how to use it. To you and I, this is stupid beyond words. but she was 100% serious, so I decided to go all in as well. Jackie, I'm going to personally go over everything so I can use it. Me, okay, go for it. I pull out all the wiring schematics that I kept in a folder in the office. Here you go. Jackie, what is all this? Me, it's the complete map of how cams are wired. You said to document everything. I see her eyes go wide as she tries to take in everything on the sheets. To an untrained eye, complicated wiring schematics look like a maze with no exit. Me, oh, and by the way, I quit. I turned around and walked out of the office, leaving her sputtering and screaming. I felt like I was on top of the world. And that's where the story should end, but we still have a little bit more. Before I left the restaurant, I had a quick chat with Brett about what happened and warned him that she might try something with him, since he helped me. To my surprise, I saw his eye light up and he told me he'd give me a call in a bit. A little later that night, I get a call from Brett. Turns out I was right. Jackie tried to pressure him into rewiring the whole damn system by himself, saying she would fire him just like she had just fired me. Brett was able to convince her to just take the time to learn this setup. Still no idea how he managed that. Brett was always better at negotiating than I am. He walked her through how to bring up cameras and play back the videos, and the camera he chose for the example was the camera in the office, right behind Jackie. Once the video was going and Jackie realized what was going on, she was just a passenger, as our entire conversation was played out in front of her. When the playback ended, Brett turned to her and said, "Yeah, I quit too." The final nail in the coffin for Jackie. This was right before Labor Day, a huge time for restaurants, especially where we live. Jackie couldn't get replacement employees on time, and the restaurant tanked badly, missing out easily thousands of dollars in profits. It managed to stay open until just a little while ago, which reminded me of this glorious memory. Brett and I are still close, and he's killing it at college, or at least he was. Thanks, Corona. I don't know where Jackie is now, but I'm assuming she went back to doing what she does best, being a freaking dumb donkey. I mean, even with all the stuff that happened, I'm still angry at the restaurant owner that got away with all the exploits for young 16 years old doing all the IT support for free, unpaid. Okay, sure, resetting a modem is not that tough, but installing a complex wiring of multiple camera system. What the hell, man? That could easily have costed Jackie tons of money. Being a 16 years old at the time, OP probably wouldn't have minded. Moreover, instead of receiving extra treatment or perks or wages, all OP got was stressful arguments with the owner and delayed salary too. I hope that she suffered huge losses on that Labor Day. Also, it's nice to hear that the restaurant got shut down recently. As for the lesson learned for today, the story reminds me of an infamous quote of the Joker from Batman. If you're good at something, never do it for free. Or just act dumb and pretend you can't fix the tech-related problems, or else they will come to you every freaking time any problems show up. That's it for today, fellow humans. Thanks for watching. Dank Doggo appreciates your time. If you enjoy our content and want to see more of us, stay tuned and subscribe. Don't forget to smash that like button, or Doggo will cry. Also, you can always tell us your Doggo comrades, your experiences in the comment section. I'll catch up with you guys later in the next video.